name is Shantai McCray, and I am the founder and therapist at Life's Work Counseling and Consulting in Raytown, Missouri. I've been here in Raytown for about 5 years. I started my career over 20 years ago working for the Children's Division and several other agencies in the Kansas City area. So I have a background in trauma and am a certified EMDR therapist. Well, when I think about depression specifically, this is a time, of course, where there are a lot of expectations, a lot of things that people are wanting to do or accustomed to doing during the holiday season. And it can be a time where symptoms of depression really go up. And one of the reasons that is because if you are suffering from depression, then you might feel overwhelmed by the amount of commitments that you are expected to attend. You might feel that, financially, if you're incapable of giving gifts, doing some of those things, that you might feel bad about yourself. And depression is characterized by some of those negative thoughts. And so during this time of year, that might be a time where those thoughts just ramp up. I can't do the things that I want to do for my family. I don't feel motivated to get up and get out and do the things that everyone else is potentially doing to celebrate the holidays. So really being mindful of the space that you're in, and if you are having a hard time, to attempt at least to connect with one person. I think families also and peers can support by being mindful of someone that potentially struggles during this time of year. And if you know that, then show some compassion and also be respectful. Sometimes it's okay to stop and say, you know what, I can't make it. I'm not feeling up to it. And if that's the case, not making people feel bad for wanting to take care of their own mental health needs. I just mentioned being mindful, and that's so important because and when I say we, I mean family members and your peers typically are the ones who know you best. And so if you're being mindful, you're saying, she's not been herself lately. Maybe she's been isolating. I haven't talked to her in a week or two. So that point of connection is going to be important. Make sure that you're reaching out. And even if you're reaching out to say, hey, we're having a holiday party, and that person may not be up to coming, still be intentional about connecting with them. Still being intentional about going to see them if you feel like something's off or they're not doing very well. And then the other piece to that is, as a community, we have to be more informed about what the mental health resources are. If you know someone that you believe is potentially struggling with anxiety and depression, make sure that you are aware of, even if it's just the suicide prevention hotline number. You can Google that. You can look that up. You can look at what organizations might be providing support in your area. So even if it's just that one number and you know someone that's potentially at risk, then that's a resource that you have as you are attempting to connect with them to provide them with some additional support if you don't believe what you are doing to be enough. One of the things that I think is most important is that we be able to find value in even the most, what appear to be the most negative situations. And so if there's something that's happened this year, or maybe some ways where you felt like you didn't measure up or you didn't do very well, maybe it was a job, maybe it was a relationship, that's an opportunity to learn. Learn from those mistakes, learn from those experiences. And as you move into the new year, you're going to have to let go of some of that stuff. Some of that stuff that you are carrying with you is only weighing you down. Those negative thoughts are what then fuel that anxiety and depression. So you have to be careful of the things that you're carrying. So learning from some of those mistakes, learning to let go of some of those things, and then also leaning into your strengths. What are the things you do very well? Leaning into the chance for new opportunities and new possibilities for next year. And so if I had to leave you with something, it would be that. It would be to learn from those mistakes, to really let go of some of those things that don't serve you anymore, and then lean into the possibility that you do possess some strengths that can carry you to the next level that you're hoping to achieve.